Hello, this is Katie Colleen with Colleen Cosplay. Welcome back, Colleen Clan, or if you're new, then come join the family. Today I'm just going to be making the cosplay I'll be wearing this weekend. Now today is day 0, so it's Friday. But on Thursday, I decided that I should just make an entire cosplay because I clearly don't have enough costumes to wear. I decided I would make this version of Adora. The artwork is from Noelle Stevenson. So she did the summer She-Ra looks. And I'm not making any tutorials from this, so I'm just gonna do a quick kind of work log style. So let's see what we got for this one-day cosplay build. So the first thing I'm starting on is the shoes. So this is a pair of very old, very beat up Converse. Yesterday I covered them with a layer of Mod Podge, let them dry overnight, and then today I'm going over the shoes with acrylic paint. So I also got this old sweatshirt and I had this huge logo and I tore the logo off. It took like a few hours yesterday to tear the whole thing off because it had multiple like layers of stitching on it. That stitching has basically just made little holes showing the logo so you can still see it. So I think I'm gonna have to go over the front of the sweatshirt with some white fabric paint and hopefully that covers it up. Wow, this is awful. Thanks. I hate it. So this project has only been going on for about an hour and I already hate everything. But I'm not done yet. Since it is going to be like a crop top sweatshirt, I am gonna try, maybe I can cut it up and still use the fabric. After that, I'm not sure if I can still make this cosplay, which is really, really sad because I've already like destroyed a pair of shoes and a sweatshirt that I actually like kind of wore every now and then. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this up and see if I can't rearrange the fabric in some way that this is still salvageable. So I was really worried, but I think it's gonna be okay. So I cut off the bottom, I cut off the sleeves, and I think this is going to work. I have the front piece, the back piece, and the sleeves. Disaster averted, it's gonna be fine. But I am really regretting the 2 or 3 hours I put into ripping out that logo because I just hadn't thought that I could rearrange the fabric and still have enough to make the top. This is cosplay, guys. This is cosplay. This is getting super stressed, destroying everything, and then just being like, yeah, I guess it'll be okay. Okay, so this is what I got. That's my canary. This is what I got with that shirt taken apart and repieced. So here's the hood. I'm using this yellow fabric that I used for the Pikachu sweater tutorial that I did. So I had a bit of that fabric left over, so I'm using that. I made the hood patterned off of the hood I took off the sweatshirt. So like that seemed like it would probably be a pretty good pattern. It's not big enough. Of course it's not big enough. So I am adding these extra pieces into the hood to kind of make it a little wider around the neck. I feel like every piece of this cosplay is like a little bit harder than I bargained for. It is done. Okay, this actually turned out pretty good for all the struggles. So you can see the extra seam in the hood. But I actually kind of like it. I feel like it adds a little bit more detail. And these are fake, but they look good. So that is it for the top. The thing is, I actually like have a lot of mess ups in all of my cosplays. Maybe not as stressful as this one where I was like painting and it wasn't working. But I have mess ups in all of my cosplays that I make. They just get edited out of my tutorials. There are all these people out there like, wow, you're a great seamstress. It's like, I mess up a lot. I just edit it all out. Okay, so next is the shorts. For the shorts, I have this red fabric remnant. I have bias tape left over from when I made my fiance's Miata jacket. So that'll be really nice to get the straight line down the side of the shorts. I also have some bias tape with piping, so that's an option. Okay, it is now evening. I took a little break, just, you know, chronic illness things. But I did finish the shorts. I did not have enough bias tape, so I used the bias tape around the leg, and then I had to make my own bias tape for the sides. So if you get like really, really close, you can see that this is the purchase bias tape and this is what I made. And so it's not perfect. I also think this corner would have been better rounded if I just had enough bias tape. But from a distance, you're never going to notice. But anyways, it works. This is the purpose of quarantine cosplays. You just get creative and make it with whatever you have. And here's a little update on the shoes. I did decide to paint the tongues white, so they are pretty much good to go unless I want to do another coat of anything, but they look pretty good. So with that being said, all that is left is the socks. These are my tights from the last version of my BB-8 cosplay, so I'll be cutting these up. I have like no stretch white fabric on hand, really at all, which is surprising. And I don't have any thigh-high socks, which you think like as a cosplayer I'd probably have some around, but I don't. So I'm just gonna cut these up and then add a red stripe to them, and then the full cosplay will be done, and that will be a cosplay in a day. Adora is finally done. Got the socks, little hand wraps, the shorts, sweatshirt. I just sprayed the shoes with some acrylic sealer, so those are outside. But it is done. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today on this crazy con crunch adventure, which I'm sure none of you were surprised that I took on this cosplay with only one day before the convention. And next up will be the Chaotic Con vlog. I vlogged the whole weekend, all 3 days. So I will see you all there in my next video.